Okay, so that now we're doing a voiceover. So if I draw a line from your feet, okay, that's your foot line, and that's the line we're going to work on for your swing path. Okay, the green line here is your baseline. Your baseline is your target line. So if I draw that all the way out there, that's where you're aiming. So these two run parallel to each other. So if you ever hear the term parallel left with your body alignment, that means you're parallel but left of the target by about 2 feet. Okay, so now as you start to come back, one of the things we're looking for at position 2, so if that's position 1, in your setup here, the other thing is, the only thing, I love this spine angle right here. That is great. I mean, that looks picture perfect, slight knee bend. The only thing is I can see a little bit of your arm right in there. See that? And I shouldn't be able to see that left arm. That's telling me your shoulders are a little bit open to start with. So as you're setting up here, it's just a little bit open instead of being here. So I can't see it. I shouldn't be able to see a little bit of that arm right there. Okay. Now, as you go into position 2 is waist high or 9 o'clock. So if that's position 1 where you're set now, you can see it as you come into position 2, it's right there. Okay, that's 9 o'clock. Now you can see that the club face, we'll put it in yellow. The club face is like that. That's wide open. Okay, so where it should be is like this. It should be like this, or even pointing down a little bit like that. That middle line. So it should either be straight up and down like that, toe up, or it should be even a little bit pointing downward, which should be a little closed but still shut. That will make your left wrist at the top not be cupped, because your left wrist cannot be in that position. Your left wrist cannot be in that position that it's in there and have the club face open like that at position 2. The other thing that you want is, see how the shaft is inside the blue line, your foot line? You want to try and keep the shaft in line with the blue line and the toe of the club pointing directly up. So we'll work on that. That's one thing. So then as you come in position 3, that's not bad there, but as we put as you can see there, okay, that picture there, the club is wide open at the top there too.
But that's okay, right?
No, that club face should be more like this.
It should be the plane of the arms, right?
It should be more like this. It should be going more that way. You want it at about a 45-degree angle to the sky at the top. So as we keep going here, look at the top now. Okay, see the top there? That's not too bad. You've actually sort of corrected it, but if you look at your left wrist, it's still a little cupped. That's an open position at the top, we would call that, because your left wrist is like this. It's straight up and down, and see how the club face is that way too?
Right.
So I'd like it if your left arm and your left forearm matched like that.
Right.
See how your wrist would be back like that, but that would take the club face and would go that way too then.
Right.
So the club face at the top of your swing would be at a 45-degree angle, more like that.
Right.
Okay, and then that would put you in a strong position where you wouldn't have to over-rotate your hands at the bottom and hit it. Now let's just see. Otherwise, that's pretty good. Your left arm's in a good position. It's across your shoulder. Your right arm's out a little bit. You know, that could be, your right elbow could be more in line with your spine right there. So this elbow could be more in line. So as you come to the top here, like this, it's more in line here, not that way. Now as you come down, so that's position 4 at the top, right? So the left arm being across your shoulder is good. Now you start from the ground up with your downswing. That's good. That's what I'm looking for here is that you stay underneath this plane or right on it, and I'm looking for the shaft to come on the blue line again. So you're not coming over the top at all, you see that? And then your club is actually really good there. You're a little bit stuck, your elbow's behind your hip. You can get your elbow in front of your hip right here. It's a little bit like Tiger in the fact that you're behind your hip right there. And the club face is now trying to square up. See how you're using your hands right there? That right hand? And then through the shot, it's good. So from that view, the biggest thing to me is position 2 to 3.
And
2 to 3, and then your downswing and everything looks pretty good. Now from the other view,